initialized.
Hey people, 5 Aces here, and boy, are we going to have ourselves a game here. This was, disclaimer, this was one of the most hotly discussed games in the recent past that I can remember, and the reason for that being is that it got posted by G-Dave, a spectator, who's here, from the UK, and he told me to cast this, and because it's an amazing game, and then people just started storming into the thread and demanding to be like, no, don't cast this game, there's been so much bad blood going on, so much flame and so much anger, and I was like, holy shit, I'm going to cast this right now. But then, fortunately, the discussion was winding down a bit, and eventually Barf himself said and Hi themselves, they said it's okay to post this, and eventually, G-Dave provided me with a cleaned up version of this game where the replay is still the same, but as you can see from the dots down at the bottom side, the chat has been filtered out and been replaced by nothing but dots. So don't fret it too much. Don't be surprised about the dots there. That's just there, so you know that some shit went down in chat. Basically, the chat Vietnam was happening there apparently, and interestingly enough, this is on a revision of Sidestep, the ever classic map, which had 2 technology centers added to it, and the tech centers just provide you with a lot of line of sight if you capture them, and don't drain your power anymore. So that's awesome. That's one of So Scared's balance changes. And now let's introduce the players. We've got the OG Blobmaster himself, Barf, as France, and it's a France mirror. And we've got Hi, the ever crafty, god of tricksters in OpenRA. God of randomness as well. The patron deity of randomness, I guess. And yep, that's exactly what I expected. We've got 5 fake power plants and a real one. Any people with OCD are gonna enjoy this base layout here. They're gonna be like, oh, this is so symmetrical. This is Mr. Monk approves. Mr. Monk approved base setup here. And Barf is presumably just going to play the meta style, which he usually does. Hi just does whatever the fuck Hi wants. He's on 1 harvester now. And Barf has a ranger as well, just trying to get some nice poke damage in. Maybe snipe the engineer. Oh, Hi's trying to get the engineer into the pillbox, right? Is he? No. He just switched the rifleman out for another rifleman, and the ranger of Barf, seeing his opportunity there, sniping the engineer. Good stuff. We've got 2 rangers on 1 harvester for Hi. I'm curious, like, what is this gonna achieve? Because 2 rangers can be good if they're packed up with 2 rocket soldiers, because then you can do hit and run harassment versus the harvesters, which is a build I enjoy doing, but it's risky versus good players, because they're simply just gonna pop a pillbox like Barf here. Anyway, there's gonna be 2 of those rangers, and they're gonna play Ring Around the Rosie with the pillbox. So yeah, Hi gets out, and he gets to retain his 2 rangers and snipe Barf's ranger despite there being a pillbox. Good shit. I'm loving it. Still though, 5 harvesters versus 3. So you can already see this build is setting you behind a bit, and if you don't make it work, which he should have made work by dropping rocket soldiers, then it just costs you in the long run. Forcing Barf to pop a couple pillboxes, so yeah, it's gonna cost him a lot of eco, but he's on 6 harvesters, he's gonna have the eco to back it up. 6 versus 4 still, and a Radadome rush for Hi. This is gonna be one of those tech rushy matches, isn't it? And Barf just playing his meta style now. Keep in mind, the meta has formed recently by the influx of StarCraft players, and Barf has not been one of those meta players. He's been the OG Blobmaster. He's been around forever, and he's always played his style, so he's not someone who is trying to emulate the style that works best. It's just what he always did, and it works out just nicely for him. He's right now has the chance of coming 2nd or 3rd. I think he's got the chance of coming 3rd in the Red Alert Global League, and there's like a 90% chance he's gonna do it. Yeah, this year, by the way, he beat me 2-0. The other years it was always a split. He was one of the opponents I feared the most, and I was not having a good season, so let's put it that way. So I'm gonna come 4th or 5th, let's see. And Barf has come probably 3rd, because Gatekeeper and Lorry Driver are still fighting for the 1st position. We've got classic Hind artillery rush for Hi. with a triple rated, double fake radadome plus a real one. The advanced power plants are real, but lots of fake power plants, so he's playing SimCity all over again. We've got a mine layer for Barf. And yeah, the meta blob is starting to form here. So Barf is just going for a standard expansion. He's gonna... There's his expansion already. Never mind. I'm behind the 8-ball here. And he's gonna pop a refinery, pop a defensive structure maybe, and then just move on with his MCV to the secondary expansion, and thus already have a triple expand out. We're seeing a couple mines. I would have loved for the Hind to snipe the mine layer because it's a freebie. It's 800 that you can snack up, plus you're denying your opponent the annoying mine belts that are lingering around here. Okay, pillbox got deployed, ate up one of the rangers there. And that's exactly what I was talking about. MCV speed got nerfed, as you can see here, considerably so. So it's sneak crawling its way through the woods. Like a freaking... It looks like a snail, so why wouldn't it move like one? Kinda makes sense. And Barf going for the meta blob. Blobmaster 3000, like, it does what it says on the tin. That's exactly how Barf is gonna play it. And it's super effective. That's nice micro though. Hai is someone who is also known for his really good micro, sometimes being really on point. It's hit or miss, mind you, but he's a crafty one. And he doesn't see the infantry, but he sees the tanks being out of position, so he just moves in his rocket soldiers. Like, yeah, thanks for the free damage. Peace out. And another Hind shortly to follow. Here's an AA gun already, so Barf is well aware that that Hai went for a kind of cheesy build here. You don't build an AA gun randomly versus someone who you're expecting to have service depot tech. And the first artilleries are going to shell in here. Oh, that's Hind for Hind. But that's in Hai's favor because he now has artilleries, which are going to shell the blob. Deciding to play it safe though. Oh, and this mine belt is actually getting considerably large. This is playing into Barf's hands, like a factor of time here. He's also trying to camp for an MCV. Found the second ranger. So now Hai is blind outside of his side of the map. He's effectively been blinded here, and he can see the medium tanks rolling in. This is gonna, maybe it's gonna be a quick one, I don't know, because that's a massive blob. But the hits are good. The artillery are doing their job at keeping the hordes of infantry at bay. And there is a wall, a meat shield, if you will, of rocket soldiers that are going to try and kill the tanks before they actually target the artillery. One artillery dying. Oh, Tanya pops just in time. The tech center rush has paid off officially now. Tanya getting so much bang for her buck. Sniping everything in their path. One medium tank is still there. Gonna fall. Yep. Here is a mobile radar jammer. Oh, Tanya, no! Tanya went into a pillbox, but we're gonna have the aggressive barracks base push, which has become so prevalent in the current meta, but Barf is one of the OG blob base pushers. A longbow, trying to get some snipes in. There's a fake chronosphere, never mind. It's Hai. Like, I think actually half of his base is fake. If only Barf knew. He's got barely anything here. But there's a mobile gap generator, and those have received a nice buff in that they now actually also obscure the vision for enemy units. So if there were to be a helicopter approaching, usually helicopters have like 9 cells of vision, correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, nice, he's stealing away a medium tank. Second try's the job. And they actually obfuscate the vision here, as you can see with this pillbox. This pillbox only has minimum vision range here. So it's really hard to push into a gap generator now. As even if you have defensive structures queued up there, they're just not gonna find the artilleries easily. Yeah, one of them gets downed. But Hai's still in a pickle. The mass barracks base push is gonna come and eventually gonna obliterate him. Barf is pretty broke too though. There is one mine being deployed after this mine belt is finished. Good stuff, good shit there. And 2 artilleries is all that's holding the position. Nice, Hai is even building mechanics to patch him up. But this is not gonna withstand an all-in A move especially from the flanks. He should flank. Barf should go for a flank around here before the GPS satellite comes up. There are not many defensive structures. There's a nuke for high, because when behind go tech. That's the way he rolls. And there is an expansion out, so he eventually is going to expand. And keep in mind, Barf has not taken additional expansions. Surprisingly enough, he could have easily taken that one. But instead relying on his base push here to finish the game for him. Which, I'm not sure, man. Not sold on this. The longbows are picking the light tanks apart, as is their job. Just moving out before they get into AA gun range. High has got good micro. High is someone who's not a micro god, but he definitely can stand his ground, toe to toe with the best. As has Barf, but Barf is more of a... Barf has a play style that is, I would say more, you know what you're gonna get. Barf does what it says on the tin. That's all there's to it. Oh, the missile silo. 5 Hinds are homing in on the missile silo. What the hell? That's just a scouting run. He's just trying to deprive him of income. He could have sniped the missile silo so easily. Ah, that's why he didn't know which one was the real missile silo. Good shit, we've got a fake missile silo for I. Not a fake tech center though, so... And honestly, the easiest way of dealing with this, I'm not sure if Barf is someone who likes doing this, I think he doesn't. The easiest way would be to get some artilleries yourself and force fire into the middle. Oh! The MCV got taken out, and I think it ran over mines. Holy shit! That's unlucky, boys. Yeah, so there's not going to be an expansion out anytime soon because High's on basically no income. This ore patch has been... this ore patch hasn't been denied, but there are... like the harvesters are running amok here. Running into turret lines, running into tank lines. All Barf needs here is another AA gun, considerably more forward, and he's got a big all-in death blob, just waiting for the signal flare to move in. So yeah, we've got 4 artilleries. I don't think that's gonna cut the mustard. High is gonna be in a pickle. He's got nice micro though, nice restraint with the mobile gap generator. Because if you keep it in a blob, and you A-move the blob somewhere, then the mobile gap generator is just gonna go on a nice journey into its death. We've got 7 more Hinds. Look at the econ advantage that Barf has here. He's on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 ore fields over really only 1, because this one isn't being mined from, and the other one is being is being contested. So basically 1 ore field for High. And Barf is coming in again. He's trying to deprive him of even his last harvesters. Jesus! 2 longbows though, they can get some good bang for the buck. There is an MCV, and I betcha there's an AA gun stored up in the build capacity. Yep. Oh! Just lose the line of sight before the longbows go down. Half of this base is fake. So for all Barf knows, there's a massive surge of power here in High space going on, but really, not so much. Really, there's only like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 power plants. 5 advanced ones at least. High's got the mechanics, so if need be, he can always reclaim some harvester husks. There we go. He has... Ooh! He has Cronus Fides MCV, and there's gonna be a base push contesting the 3rd expansion. Alright, and at the same time, his ore field has been cleaned up again. It's littered with husks here. Man, I bet Barf wishes he were Russians or Ukraine right now, because then he could just go for a nice demo truck. A demo truck would completely destroy this build. Oh, the longbows just camping, casually camping, and getting some Hinds. Good shit. There's the GPS satellite up. Wow, he's killed so many Hinds here. That's some good stuff. I should sell out. Okay, he's at least gonna go for the AA gun. And he's got the GPS, so High's micro is good. He knows, like, he can just target, you know, if you don't A-move, if you target the infantry with your artillery and target the ore truck with your medium tanks, you should be golden. he's not attentive enough right now. Pew! That's some artillery wars. Artillery wars galore. I love how this game, like, players in this game are always coming up with new strategies, and I love seeing that. I love seeing people switch it up. And right now I'm loving High's one base turtle, which is... Ooh, the vet 2 longbow. Not like this. He still got one longbow though, and that's on vet 1. From having killed a considerable amount of Hinds. But yeah, good stuff with the mobile gap generator. And it's really annoying, and Barf refuses to switch it up and build a artillery plus and force fire into the fog of war. Like, the center of this here would be where you should have to target. Yeah, and you see the gap generator just obscuring the vision. Ooh, expensive mechanics and infantry being lost there. Barf is trying for a circumventing like a circumventing build here that tries to... He's trying to flank with a base is what he's doing right now. Plus he's got artilleries. 4 artilleries right now, so that's 4 for 4. And we're seeing a lot of veterancy on those. Vet 3, Vet 3, Vet 2, Vet 2, yeah. They've got quite some kill bounties. Oh, the magical silo. GG silo. Oh, what the hell? High has... That's so genius. As the tanks were going in, he has chrono shifted his artilleries, which are now obliterating the all-in death blob. That is amazing play. That is some of the best play I've ever seen. Oh, and he just gets out before the Hinds arrive to take down the artilleries. So his artillery is still staying strong. There is a Vet 5 in artillery right there. I've not seen a Vet 5 artillery in ever. I have never seen a Vet 5 artillery. Let's check the rate of fire here. There is another GG base push. And High being so smart, always positioning the mobile gap generator where it needs to be, exactly where it needs to be. There are more and more artilleries. Tanya is there as well. She's trying to cut down the forces. Beautiful micro. I love what I'm seeing here. And there is just no chance to break this if he doesn't go for artilleries himself. Despite him having 5 times the eco, he just can't get in there. He can't do it. He must have more than double the eco in there at this stage, at this point in the game. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful. And I think this is where the rage is starting, because people are like, what, this is bullshit. But it's honestly just Barf refusing to switch it up. He's still gonna have his all-in death blob. Oh no, the artillery being targeted. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Some of them went down there. Haven't noticed it. Man, that's a slaughter. That's an artillery fest. That's usually how team games play out. But in 1 versus 1s, artilleries are fairly easy to counter if you want to counter them. Maybe it's just a test. Maybe Barf is like, how far can I go with my macro build? But yeah. The medium tank not being as magnetic to mines as the MCV was. Yeah, no, there's just no dice here. Without artillery support, Barf can forget about breaking this camp here. High is slowly back on 2 ore patches now. And there is an artillery chronosphere as well. Oh, this is so good. He's always chronosphering his artillery in close proximity to the infantry blob. And then starts taking down the infantry blobs. That gives him so much more leeway to defend his base on different fronts there. And 1 mobile gap generator has changed the course of the game. I never thought I would have to say this. Never expected this. Another longbow going down. Ah, that's it. That's all the artilleries. There's 2 or 3 left. And High has got the GPS satellite up, so he's got all his artilleries on hold position, where they're gonna attack but not stray too far. Really good stuff. This mine patch hasn't come into play yet. Let's see if it will. And Barf has to concede this position. He's got 2 MCVs here. But they're immediately being taken under fire here, obviously. Oh my god, the MCV going down. The Vet 5 artillery lives. Come on, show me the rate of fire on these. I had to turn that. Oh, that's a nuke. Oh my god. Look at the rate of fire. Boom. Come on, do it again. Do it up. Just do it up. Boom. Boom. That is like almost twice the rate of fire that a regular... That's too close for the nuke though. Ooh, one of the artillery is going down. The others just barely surviving. Really lucky there. That was an AA gun. That was the wrong defensive structure at the wrong time. The MCV goes down. And how many MCVs does Barf have at the time being? 1. He's on 1 MCV, but he's on 5 bases. So, yeah, take your pick. Pick your poison, gentlemen. Another infantry clump coming in there. But not before the artillery can clean house, clean shop, and destroy all the power plants and all the forward pillboxes. This must be annoying for Barf. So, why hasn't he gone for a tech setter? He's got double the econ. He could go for a double tech setter and spread them out to make it undeniable for a missile silo. Yeah, that's kind of questionable play here. And Barf is slowly starting to regain ground here. Highest starting to regain ground here versus Barf. I would never have seen this coming, not in a million years. Usually when you're on 1 base versus 5 bases, you're just donezo. You're just like throwing the hands up in the air. Yeah, peace. I'm out of there. Tanya? Tanya and the Ranger! I'm loving it. In come the longbows. Can they find the snipe on the MCV? Oh, it's blocking! That is genius! The Ranger blocking the deployment and Tanya cleaning shop with the infantry. That was some of the best Tanya and Ranger play I've seen in my life. Did you see it? And that's it. Barf just quitting. Now, this game wasn't necessarily over. It was just that Barf probably couldn't take it anymore. Now we're gonna take a look at the combat stats and holy tits. Okay, that's a 157k over 56k. That's a more than 100k difference in assets killed. Now let's look at the econ graph. Barf has legit earned twice as much as High has. Yeah, sometimes you need to switch up his strategy. Like, the strategy he tried to go for was just a hammer and anvil, trying to pound the anvil there. And he would have needed a scalpel, or like maybe just a dagger instead of a sledgehammer. Yeah, that was honestly Barf trying to brute force his way in too much. Interesting game, well played from both, amazing plays from High. I've never seen a single gap generator be this influential. I've never seen a better Tanya drop that simultaneously blocked the Ranger, simultaneously blocked the MCV from deploying, so that the longbows could go in and snipe the MCV. There was some colossal multitasking. That was some of the best stuff I've ever seen. Note, this game was not over. Yes, High had a nuke. Yes, High had a chronosphere. Yes, High was about to regain this base. But High was still behind. Even if he had captured this base and kind of reclaimed the ore there, he would still be on 2 versus 4 bases. So if Barf had switched it up, he could have gotten away with it. He could have still won this game. But yeah, amazing play from High. I'm loving it. And I can see why this has sparked a bit of controversy. After being ahead 5-1 bases, I would be salty if I lost the game as well. It was just probably Barf being a bit salty, understandably so, but nothing I would put too much weight on. Barf is still an amazing player. Barf is still coming third in the Red Alert Global League. But damn son, those were some nasty artillery hits. The artillery chronosphere. High is such a creative player. He has got the probably one of the players with the most creative players. With the most creative plays in the entire community. Chronoing artillery into in proximity of an infantry blob and just watching them melt. That's so genius. And doing so while simultaneously being under pressure from tank attacks and flanks and just holding out. Holy shit, one of the best games I've casted. Thanks to G-Dave for posting it, and thanks to him especially for cleaning up the chat, so we don't have to deal with we still have to deal with the annoying sound, but we don't have to deal with all the shit that allegedly got flung around in this replay. Amazing game. Thanks to those two guys for duking it out. I'll see you next time. 5 aces out.
Battle control terminated.